Hey guys, um, this is gonna be different from a lot of the content that I make, so don't be expecting stuff like this all the time. It's just this has been on my mind for a while, or a lot of things have been, I guess. Um, there will be little to no editing in this unless I feel it's absolutely necessary. Might throw some music in the background, not sure. Probably have some gameplay you can watch while I'm talking. Just, I guess I wanted to vent or just I'm not sure really vent is the right word for it. Just kind of more ramble to kind of I don't know get my mind off things or maybe think more about them. I'm still not sure to be honest with you. If you were there for the stream a little while back, beginning of July, I went to go see a practitioner to go check out how I'm doing because I had been in a rough spot, to say the least. Um, the short and sweet of it is that at the beginning of July of this year, I was diagnosed with minor depression. And I've probably had it longer than that, to be honest with you. I'll never know now because I never bothered to get myself checked out sooner, but it's just, that's how it is, I guess. Um, and I don't know, like, I feel like this is the same thing that's happened before when I never mentioned it before, but in October of 2018, I started going to group counseling. And even then, there, I felt, okay, this is a step in the right direction. I feel like I'm, you know, finally getting somewhere. I can finally get over these lumps that I've been feeling. And I don't know, it didn't work there. And then I got diagnosed with minor depression and I got put onto a medication, which I thought, okay, here we go. This is gonna finally fix things, and it did. I can't say it hasn't because the medication hasn't really fully kicked in yet, and I'm still waiting on it because it takes a little bit. But I don't know. It's just I don't know, to be quite frank with you. I feel like I've been stuck in the same place for a really long time now. I'd say since my senior year, I haven't evolved physically, emotionally, mentally. I just feel like I've been stuck in the same place for a while. And it's frustrating, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know. I feel the need to just talk because if I don't and I sit here and just think in my mind alone, then I'm just gonna make myself go insane from just thinking. Hell, I probably am insane to be honest with you, but probably not just me probably freaking out like I usually do and overthinking things. That's a problem I've had for a while. I always overthink. I like to always assume the worst out of every scenario. And I mean, to a certain extent, that's fine to be hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. But I always think the worst is 20 times worse than it probably is actually going to end up being. You know, it's just, I don't know. I have like these moments of clarity and happiness for a while, and then it just kind of goes away. The best example I could give that of is Halo Outpost Discovery yesterday. And I'll be doing a review on that later, which will be a completely different tone than this, so don't worry about that. But I went there with Maun or MangoFi, if you've seen him on Discord or in the Twitch chat. Me and him went out there and we spent the whole day together at Halo Outpost Discovery, surrounded by one of my most loved gaming franchises. And it was great. And then I dropped him off back at his house and I drove home. But before I did, I just sat in the Culver's and had dinner by myself. And literally, the second that he left, I just had this sense of emptiness again and just feeling like I'm not doing anything. And obviously, I just did. I just spent time with one of my closest friends that I've known since I was a kid. And yet, I still felt empty. It's just frustrating to say. Like, I don't know why. Like, obviously, I know I have people that are close to me, but I feel like there's still some distance. And obviously that can somewhat be attributed to actual distance of, you know, in a literal sense, but I try to stay as close as I can with people, and sometimes that just doesn't work out. Like I said, I've just been frustrated recently with myself, and feel like I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. And I don't want that to happen. I want to keep staying the way I am, but I feel like I'm just like a pubic hair distance away from fucking having a mental breakdown on stream at some point. And I think the problem with that is, and I've had this problem with myself for years, where I let myself be the punching bag of a joke and just other various things. I let it happen, and I just kind of like, it's funny. And I guess in my mind I'm thinking, well, as long as everyone's having a good time around, I guess that's fine. I've had this problem for years, and I always tell myself I'm going to stop it from happening, and yet I continue to let it happen. I just feel like I grew up being way too soft and more focused on how everyone else feels around me rather than how I feel myself. And I think I can attribute that to my elementary school days. In 4th grade, I moved to a new city and I moved to a new school, and I think that was the beginning of my kind of mental demise. I had no one in that new school. Like, no one was my friend. I felt like everyone hated me. And then one guy came around, and I was good friends with him, but then he moved out the next year. But that kind of was the lead way to get more friends and kind of break out of my bubble, I guess. But as a result of that, I kind of became the butt of jokes several times throughout both middle and high school, and I just took it because I thought, I have these people around me that seem to at least look like they care about me. And I've had people from middle school, high school, who I thought maybe cared about me, but I wasn't sure. And to be honest, with some of them, I still don't know. They might have been faking it. I'll never know now, but because I haven't seen some of them in years. I'm going to be titling this video as a reference point for the future, because I want to look back on this video a year, maybe 5 years from now, and I want to see how much I've hopefully grown. So hopefully I haven't given up at that point yet and just said fuck it, but we don't know the future until we take that first step forward, right? I think that's where I'm going to wrap this up for now. I might have more to talk about that I want to say later, but maybe not in a video like this. I hope you guys at least somewhat understand and maybe appreciated this brief moment of letting me just speak my mind, because I know this is somewhat helpful to me, at the very least, a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.